Hi, welcome to Glasgow Goal Getters YouTube channel. My name is Kit. Today I want to speak about something that I was learning at the very beginning of my life transformation journey. My first mentor was Jim Rohn. For those of you who do not know who Jim Rohn is, he was a motivational speaker, author, entrepreneur who was involved with a nutrition company that was set up way back in 1980 called Herbalife. I was introduced to this company back in June 2011. The company was and still is massive on self-development. It was self-development that helped me to turn my life around from being stuck in a deep rut to climbing out of it and now helping people get what they want, because I know it's possible to get what you want, because I've been getting what I want for the last almost 10 years come this June. So today's topic is about one of the very first things I learned from Jim Rohn, which was in a quote: "Poor people have big TVs. Rich people have big libraries." When I heard that, it resonated with me. It was thought-provoking. And I realised, oh my goodness, so this is why I'm poor? I've got a big TV and I don't have a big library? I immediately promised myself that I would start building my own library. Well, ever since I've been reading self-help books, I've been reading books with instructions and knowledge. That's what Jim Rohn had suggested and advised. There are 4 books that I want to introduce to you, rather 5. This is my favourite and it's hilarious. Have you seen the title of this book? Have you read it? Have you heard about it? It's a fantastic book on time management, because the author, Mark, says you've only got a limited number of F's to give each day. So if you're giving F's out every single day about unimportant things, you are going to waste your time, waste your effort and waste your focus. Whereas you could turn that energy, time and focus on what you want. So this is an excellent book on that. Another reason why I like this book is because it's spread with humour throughout the book, and the author got away with using the F-U-C-K word for a good part of the book. It absolutely resonates with me. I wish he wrote it much earlier and I was introduced to it. If you want a hilarious book to read and find out how you can manage your time better for 2021 and beyond, this is the book. Next, this is a classic. You must read this. How to Win Friends and Influence People. I've read this on numerous occasions. I've read it while I was travelling on my holidays in Sydney in 2019. I've read it at home. I've also got it on my phone as an audio book. So it's a classic that I dip in and out of now and again. It's helped me to influence people in a more productive, positive and constructive way, because Dale Carnegie teaches you that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So this is a must. Add that to your library list. The next one. Now this one has been valuable for me, Facing Codependence by Pia Mellody. Now I was introduced to Pia Mellody from reading books on codependence, dysfunctional families, toxic shame, and at the end of the book, Pia Mellody suggests that if you recognise signs that she mentions in this book, abuse, different kinds of abuse, she suggested that you look up your local Codependence Anonymous group, CODA for short. So that's what I did way back in 2017. I joined my local group and I recognised all the dysfunctional behaviours that was mentioned in the Codependence Anonymous book, I can't remember, I think it was the Blue Book, and it's helped me to recognise how my dysfunctional behaviours in the past, and still some of it today, has created toxic relationships, and how I allowed people to violate my boundaries, which is what I want to talk about next. Boundaries. When I was growing up, my parents violated my boundaries, so I was not taught how to set boundaries, which is absolutely necessary and imperative to have healthy relationships, which is what I want to talk about next. These two books, I wish I was introduced to them much earlier in my adult life. And I wish I knew about boundaries as soon as I got into my first romantic relationship. Boundaries are absolutely necessary so that you know where you end and where other people begin. And also, it's healthy to set boundaries. It means that you are telling other people what you are not going to tolerate, because when you don't set boundaries, people think that you are going to tolerate their behaviour and they will walk all over you, treat you like a doormat. So these two books are an absolute must for the majority of people, because they haven't been taught how to set boundaries, so therefore people will violate the boundaries. That's the 5 books that I want to introduce to you today, and the importance of building your own library. Now, to date, since 2011, I have read over 80 self-help books. They're not all in my home library. I have some. Majority of the books that I have read, I have in my home library. Some are on my Audible app. Some I have read when I borrowed them from my local library. I have some books on my in my library that I have yet to read. I love reading, because it helps me to learn more, to gain more knowledge, to help me grow more, enhance my knowledge. It helps me to have more content to talk about in my business page, my Glasgow Go Getter Facebook and LinkedIn page. That's why I love reading. It's also something that I preach, because I read so much, I get so much from it. The benefits are massive. 1, I get to expand my vocabulary. 2, I get to gain knowledge. 3, I have more topics to talk about with people, especially in my public speaking group, Toastmasters. And lastly, getting content out on social media platform means that I need to know my stuff, and I do, because I refer to the books that I have read, because they have mountains of knowledge. So I hope you got something from this video. If you would like me to do a book review that you are interested in, let me know in the comments section. Please subscribe and share. Until next time, it's bye from Kit. Keep safe.